Let's see what he's going to start his turn off with. And the last time we had him in feature math, both of his games he started off with a Fiendsmith's track. We'll see if he's going to continue on that course.
Stunned by Niffish.
Sure. All right, made it
for the Mulcharmies here.
Made it to the main phase without a Mulcharmy coming down quite just yet. I do at least see some cards that will be useful in Shunping's hand.
Aditya not even looking at his hand right now. He knows if there is a card he's going to use, he has the moment in his head of when he wants to use it. He's not going to show it to us. Normal summon Lacrima. Not the ideal start here.
Yep, but Lacrima the Crimson Tears will allow him to send a Fiendsmith card from his deck to the graveyard.
Likely just going ahead and sending a copy of Fiendsmith Engraver. Grabbing 2 halves of his deck here. Go shuffling between both. Looks like he's considering actually sending Fiendsmith in Paradise right now.
That could be the case. I mean, I looked at him. He looked like he was eyeing Fiendsmith's track too, but yeah, it is going to be the Fiendsmith in Paradise.
That would have been a very interesting choice. That would likely mean that you had engravers in your hand already. But at that point, why would you ever need to send track? Like, what are you going to fuse for?
He's going to link that away into Fiendsmith's Requiem.
Exactly.
Yep, Requiem's going to be able to attribute itself to special summon a Fiendsmith monster from the deck to the field.
Potentially a all Fiendsmith hand here from Shunping. We're going to get the engraver onto the field. We will be able to Requiem equip to the engraver here. Going to be able to contact fuse using the engraver equipped with the Requiem into Necroquip Princess.
We have our winner. Congratulations. Alexander Crazy for Rescue.
Will he be activating an effect in hand now to get the additional benefit of Princess on the field?
Looks like he's going to use the Engraver effect to return the Requiem to summon back the Engraver. Looks like he's going for a rank 6 play.
Yep, 2 level 6 monsters on the field. Aditya taking a peek at his hand here to see if he wants to do anything. There is going to be Nibiru the Primal Being before the DDD can hit the field. This will put a token onto Shunping's field here.
And Nibiru was one of the cards that I was looking at. I figured was going to be popular into this weekend. It does seem a lot of the players who made it this far do have copies of Nibiru in their deck.
This could be rough for Shunping. I mean, he already committed his normal summon for this play. I'm not sure how he's going to extend if he wants to access his Ryzeal engine. It's going to be Bonfire. He can go for X here.
Sure.
Very surprising if you had Bonfire that you led this way.
Maybe just to force out the Nibiru early, but yeah, now his X won't be able to search as he has a monster that's a non-level 4 on the field.
Really prioritizing the Fiendsmith cards here. X goes to the hand. We'll see if it's immediately summoned. If X is going to hit the field,
Yep.
sending from the extra deck, we'll see what he wants to throw in the grave.
Yep, still able to summon from the hand. He won't be able to use the search effect. But getting a level 4 on the field is going to be the start to getting access to all of those Ryzeal cards. But he's going to send Eclipse Twins to the graveyard.
We see sword from hand. There's a sword.
Yep. He's going to be looking to attach that Eclipse Twins to the detonator later on in the turn.
Yep, this line of play makes a lot of sense. If sword is in your hand, you didn't want to have to normal summon sword to go with this play. You knew that X could happen at any point, so you still had access to the remainder of your Ryzeal play here. Ice, you already normal summoned, but you could still special summon it by sending another card from field or grave, or sorry, for field or hand to the graveyard. And will now be taking those 2 Ryzeal monsters to Exceed Summon Ryzeal Duo Drive.
Okay.
Not going to use the effect to attach material, but he is going to use the effect to detach 2 to try and add 2 Ryzeal cards in the deck to hand. No response here from Aditya.
I mean, that is what you love to see if you're playing Ryzeal. If Duo Drive resolves, you are really ahead. Looks like he's really considering his options here. Going to be adding a copy of X Ryzeal as well as Node Ryzeal.
You think this means he already has Cross in his hand?
Normally
or-
I would think so. But I wonder if he's just not playing Cross.
Oh, well, that would be a good reason why he isn't adding Ryzeal Cross. I think we had the same conversation too during his last feature match as well.
That is an incredibly interesting choice. I mean, I've seen this happen before in the Fiendsmith Ryzeal deck that's more heavily focused on resolving Fiendsmith.
All right, the Node is going to send the Duo Drive to the graveyard to special summon back the Sword Ryzeal, it's looking like.
Cards now?
4.
Results.
Node is able to resolve here. Sword hits the field. Detonator likely going to be the next step. It just had no other responses besides Nibiru the Primal Being. Detonator hits the field.
A touch.
Going to be able to attach that Eclipse Twins with the Duo Drive Engrave, making it live. He still has the Fiendsmith in Paradise in the graveyard as well. Lots of follow-up in hand, even without the cross. But this should be a pass here.
Yep, Shunping is going to shuffle the deck, make sure that it's all randomized before his next turn. He's done going in there and trying to add more cards, and this is going to probably be the end of his turn. As you said, Asala.
Maybe a few set spells or traps.
And
We
the
know
Aegis.
Sword Ryzeal in hand. We know X Ryzeal in hand.
Go up, pass round.
Yep, just looks like a lot of monsters there, but just a Detonator. That Nibiru proving to be pretty strong.
Nothing.
He also has the... Oh, no, he doesn't have Requiem in the graveyard anymore either.
But he doesn't need to because Fiendsmith in Paradise is
Oh,
already
it's
in the grave.
He
Yeah.
started the turn. Smart stuff there from Shunping, so he does have the Fiendsmith in Paradise to send down Fiendsmith's Desiree as an option.
A lot of removal, no negation represented so far, but removal can be good against Maliss. Cut them off from summoning their Link 3s,
yeah,
but into a Detonator can be tough.
yeah, we haven't got to see a lot of what Aditya is working with here, but does he have access to some of those Malice cards? It's going to be key.
Okay.
We'll see if he opened a copy of Malice in the Mirror, if he's able to commit a body.
Just like switch around
prior?
for us. Yeah, just keep it that way.
Let's see what his next move is going
Do
to...
you have any darks in grave?
Checking for dark monsters in the graveyard.
Necro.
Dark specifically, I mean, there is surprisingly one in there. There's only usually one copy in the deck, and it is that Necroquip. I mean, that usually, if you're asking for Dark specifically, that means you're trying to make Dark Charmer gloomy.
Yeah, I was trying to think like what would matter besides the Dark Charmer, yeah. Looks like he's just going to go to battle phase to try to attack the Detonator.
No response.
Clears your Nibiru, gets rid of one material from the Detonator.
Yep.
Open up space here, so now maybe because it's an empty field, you can activate Infinite Impermanence on the Detonator? If I had to guess.
Let's
But
see.
he's just holding one card. There it is, Infinite Impermanence on the Detonator.
Target detonator.
Will we chain the Detonator here to destroy itself so that Eclipse Twins can bring it right back?
I feel like you have to, right? Yep.
Unless he had a Nibiru of his own.
True, and wanted to save it for later on. Yeah, so he is going to chain
Trigger.
the Detonator to destroy itself. The Eclipse Twin, since it was sent to the graveyard, is going to special summon back the Detonator with Duo Drive as material.
But there is
Aditya-
Dominus Impulse. Gonna be able to
Oh,
cut it
man.
right off there.
So Nibiru the Primal Being, Infinite Permanence, and Dominus Impulse really helping out Aditya here. And now all he has to worry about is that Fiendsmith in Paradise.
The Nibiru kind of backfiring here because this forced out his own battle phase. Otherwise, he would have been able to just use this combo in the main phase. But now we're in main phase 2. Malice Underground is activated. It's going to be able to resolve. We're going to be able to start playing with all of our Malice engine here. But we still have to deal with that Fiendsmith in Paradise. This is a really strong interaction into this play exactly because we have to special summon the Dormouse from its own effect, and Paradise can immediately send it to the graveyard.
Yeah, Shunping going for the graveyard. Looks like that is going to be what he's going to do. He's going to banish that Fiendsmith in Paradise to send a Fiendsmith monster from his extra deck to the graveyard.
But there's Ash Blossom for the Fiendsmith in Paradise.
Aditya has an answer for every move that Shunping makes. He said he was 3-0 against him leading up to this, but
Now he's showing you why.
I mean, he's 4-0 against every move that Shunping has tried to make in this match.
Ash Blossom,
Oh my
Infinite Impermanence,
gosh.
Dominus, Impulse, Nibiru,
You have-
Mouse and Underground. What a hand.
You have to feel bad for Shunping, but if you're an Aditya fan, you're feeling great right now as he is going to start his full combo here in main phase 2. The Dormouse resolves, banishing Maliss, White Rabbit. The White Rabbit's going to special summon itself back from the banishment and then be able to set GWC-06. We've seen some Maliss players cutting that trap card, but Aditya saying, no, I'm going to keep the card that gives me life points in my deck.
Yep, just this 41st card here, allowing you to make some of your plays a little bit more easy. Not the card you want to draw most of the time, but it does make your life easier when you're able to access it from the deck.
All right, both of those Maliss monsters are going to go to the graveyard for the Splash Mage. We've seen Splash Mage all weekend. It's been really incorporated into, like, Maliss. Usually in the old Maliss deck, you would save it for, like, if you got in a Beeroo, it'd be like your backup plan, but now it's a part of the plan.
Yeah, usually you don't want to lock yourself into Cyberse that early in the combo, but now it doesn't really matter anymore. Every single body you're trying to summon is a Cyberse monster, and you don't need to prioritize summoning Haggard Lizardos because you will have an effect to banish a card from your graveyard naturally through Cyberse Wicked in the following play. Investigating the graveyard here. Not sure what he's looking for. He's already locked into Cyberse here, so we're not going to be going into Dark Charmer anytime soon.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, he started the turn out asking about dark monsters, but...
Oh, we're just going to try to see if he needs to get rid of anything with the White Binder. I think you do still try to eliminate all those Fiendsmith cards if possible. There is an Engraver in the graveyard. You will likely banish that. You can banish the Lacrima as well if you so choose.
Detonator.
Oh, and of course the Detonator. There's the singular copy of Detonator now. Without Ryzeal plugin, you're not going to be able to access that again. And strictly going after the opponent's graveyard. You're getting rid of Engraver, Duo Drive, as well as the Detonator. So there isn't even an option for X to send Eclipse Twins to get even more value from the graveyard.
Crazy stuff here from an amazing hand from Aditya. It looks like the White Binder is going to resolve, banishing those 3 cards.
White Binder can set another trap card directly from the deck now, and likely be going for that MTP 07. There it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't tell because I can hear him really well through this.
So it's a GWC MTP, right?
Correct.
Has 2 Maliss traps set face down here.
He's considering activating the 07 already, potentially getting the additional draw while clearing the token.
Activate MTP.
Yep, there. Oh, we don't actually get to clear the token because he does not have a Maliss monster or a Link 3 at resolution, but we are able to go ahead and add likely a copy of March Hare, and then getting the White Binder summoning itself back and drawing a card. Now, we've already used the effect of White Binder to set the 07, so we're likely going to find a way to banish that 07 with this March Hare and then shuffle it back with Cryptor.
You get the free draw there from the White Binder's effect as it special summons back.
Normal Chelsea.
Oh, we haven't even normal summoned yet. I wonder if that was the card we drew right now.
Chelsea effect.
Now he's going to use the Chessy Cat to banish a Maliss card from the hand to draw 2 cards. He's going to banish the March Hare, draw 2. The March Hare hasn't been banished yet, so it's going to be able to activate its effect, I believe.
Yep, it was added off 07. So now it can pay 300 to add itself back to the hand. Looks like he's considering his options before doing so.
Effective Hair.
Yep. He will be opting to use the effective Hair here.
Link.
He's going to send the Chessy Cat to the graveyard to link summon out a Ling Karibo.
Activate backup Aditya.
There is the backup Aditya as well.
Will Aditya be the one that's going to have Maliss with its first YCS win here in Rhode Island? Things are looking good for him here in game number 1 against like the person he couldn't be more happy to face, it seems.
Apparently. If this is how you draw against the Shu every time, you take it.
Chelsea.
We're going to go ahead and discard another copy of Chessy Cat here. I mean, we saw 4 points of interaction used on Shunping's field, but then 3 free cards drawn from the Maliss engine to continue to extend through this play.
Chair.
All right, now he's going to activate the effect of March Chair in hand to banish a Maliss monster or card.
We're going to want to banish the 07 here because we need to recycle it so we can set it off White Rabbit on the following turn. And now we can go ahead and make a Link 3 using the Maliss March Hair. The
It's
Ling
going to
Rebo.
be Heart Scripter or Red Ransom.
Probably will be Hard Scripter at this point.
Yep, and it is going to be the Heart Scripter.
Scripture could use its effect now, but then you still will need
One sword.
another card banished on the following turn.
Yeah, and if he clears the Nibiru token, then there is a Mulcharmy in Shunping's hand that he'll finally be able to use, but it might be too late.
He also knows that there's an extra Ryzeal in his hand that he added on the previous turn. This opens him up to be able to use it for free, get the maximum value from it.
We'll see if Shunping does end up using the Mulcharmy. I'm not sure which one it was, but I could tell there was at least one of them in the hand. Now Link summon. I'm guessing it's not Fualos, otherwise he would have gone into it. And Topologic Bomber Dragon coming down again.
Proceed to the end of main 2.
This has been the breakout card for Maliss. I didn't expect a lot of Maliss decks to be playing it this weekend, but it has been in a ton of the decks that we've seen here in Top Cut.
I mean, yeah, often the problem, a lot of these decks go really wide. Topologic Bomber Dragon is a way to conveniently get rid of a lot of monsters at once. We've seen that be a common thread that a lot of people have been trying to find, even with things such as the Nemesis monsters.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool techs. Like, even though if you're playing like the standard decks, there's a lot of interesting variations you can go that might give you an edge in the competition. And now it looks like Aditya just ends on the Bomber Dragon. Shunping's going to draw for a turn.
I mean, it's not just Bomber Dragon, right? We have GWC set.
Just Bomber Dragon on the field.
Yes.
And the GWC. There's a lot more interruptions than it seems.
Oh, Perulia directly from the hand now, cutting off the March Hair. So that will be valuable. And then it's a normal summon of Lurie.
Okay, Fabled Lurie is going to come down here for Shunping. Looking to go into some Fiendsmith cards.
I mean, there is still Lacrima in the graveyard, so we can simply just get another copy of Engraver from the deck off of a Requiem. Aditya considering if you want to just get rid of the Lurie now. Oh, he's going to give him a card off the Perulia here by using March Hair.
Yep, activates the March Hair to banish the summon from hand.
Sorry.
Short.
I love the apology there. Thanks, Aditya. It's okay. We forgive you. So the March Hair is going to banish the White Binder for the graveyard so it can special summon itself from the hand. It's a quick effect during either player's main phase, but thanks to Perulia, Shunping will be able to draw a card.
Okay, opting. It looks like he wasn't going to summon it in the zone that Bomber points to. Okay, but then we changed our mind.
Mandatory chain link 1.
So yeah, Bomber Chain Link 1 to go ahead and destroy all monsters in the main monster zone. Unfortunately, White Binder will be Chain Link 2, so it will be summoning itself into the destruction effect of Bomber.
Yeah, I would just do that.
Yeah, so he's not going to be able to get that on-summon effect to banish 3 cards from the graveyard. But he does
For
still,
now.
Yeah, for now. He still has that GWC 06 set, which will summon back the White Binder when he needs it to be able to banish his own Heart Scripter. He gets the draw.
Both players get a draw there off because of the March Hair from Perulia.
Wizard, not back.
Oh, yeah, wait, with him.
And now we can potentially just lead with X here to eliminate the Bomber Dragon from activating its effect again.
And it looks like, yep.
Normal effect.
You already normal.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
there
yeah,
you
the
go.
double normal summon there, immediately caught by Aditya.
P minor. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
You're going to get a warning there on accident for summoning twice. High stakes, a lot on the line.
Good to
Yeah, we're good to get
Yeah, just special.
All right, now he's going to special summon extra Ryzeal by sending a monster from his extra deck to the graveyard, and it's going to be Aggregator maybe to go after that Bomber Dragon?
I would imagine you would. You definitely want to get rid of the bomber right now because it could easily trigger again with the GWC, and it could be a lot more painful later in this turn. But yep, there's aggregator.
One surge into aggregator on the.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Everything resolves here. X is going to be able to add one of those Thunder Ryzeals from the deck in hand.
Yep, and it's going to be Sword Ryzeal.
Now we now have a lot of information from Shunping's hand here. I think we knew about a Sword Ryzeal from the previous turn as well, so there's 2 copies of Sword and a copy of Ice. Which we were not necessarily supposed to know, but I mean, the information's there.
It was revealed, indeed. So Ice can still be special summoned from the hand if you want to send a card to the graveyard.
Definitely a lot of ways to put Ryzeal monsters on the field now. There's no way to cut off Sword Ryzeal from being able to use its effect, mainly because... Oh, okay, we're going to actually be giving up the Sword Ryzeal for Ice Ryzeal. I think Aditya's considering if he wants to get rid of one of these bodies here. And there's the Ghost Bell
that's
for the
huge.
GWC.
That's huge. That's going to cut off the last interaction that Aditya had there, and now Shunping is free to overlay for an Exiton Knight, okay? So now he's going to try and clean up the field to take down the Bomber Dragon and the Maliss at Underground. Shunping's turning things around here.
Opting to go for, I mean, okay, attacking for 0, sure. Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily needed to go for that. Maybe he needed to access his actual engine here. I'm not sure how powerful that set card is.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have access to Detonator, right? Since it's gone.
Yeah, there isn't anything left. I keep forgetting Detonator's gone.
This is the best he can do with what he's got.
Yeah, not without a lot of your Fiendsmith cards to work with. You don't have Detonator to work with. His entire deck has basically been handicapped here. I'm not sure if there's anything he can really do. All Aditya has to do now is re-access his graveyard by banishing White Binder at least once, and then everything comes back.
You still got to worry about that one material under the Exiton. Did he pass?
It might be a pass back here.
It looked like he passed.
I mean, 3
He
cards in
did.
hand.
Yeah, he passed, and now Shunping's drawing. And it's a Graver off the top, heart of the cards, and you can see a little bit of frustration there from Aditya.
I mean, there's a Light Fiend on the field already.
True. But this is getting okay. But the engraver is great.
Yes.
Because he lost his engraver earlier, right, from the White Binder. So this lets him shuffle back the Fabled Lurie, summon back the engraver. The Lurie's back in the deck, so the track that he just added to his hand with engraver is live. That was a pretty big heart of the cards moment.
Absolutely. I mean, now just having access to the DDD High Caesar will be extremely powerful against Maliss with limited options.
See, this is how I feel when I've played against Shunping in the past. Like I always thought like I had him like dead to rights and I was gonna win the duel, but then he finds a way.
Yeah, using the Bomber Dragon very aggressively there with the Marcher, giving him a card off the Perulia as well.
I mean, the key moment is that Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion to clean up to stop the GWC 06.
He really thought he was safe, but did not expect that Ghost Bell from the hand. I wonder if that was the card drawn off Perulia. That would feel really good.
It had to
yeah,
have been.
I think it
had
was.
to have been. Like,
heart of the cards indeed, for sure.
Oh man, this is only game 1-2 of this exciting matchup. Now it looks like Shunping's going to equip Fiendsmith's Requiem to one of his engravers.
I mean, Aditya has very low life points. He's been paying for every single one of these effects.
Yeah, he's only at 5,300. This is definitely enough already on the board.
He summoned just a few times here.
This is enough.
Well, I'm ending main phase. I'm
he's
just waiting for his. Yeah.
Tempting. There's a chance that Aditya has something like March Air and he didn't want to use it on his own turn. Maybe. I'm just looking for anything here.
That would have certainly been a choice.
It would have been a choice. Is there a Bestial? Is there anything? Oh man, the way the cards are flying is making me think that there's not.
So now ending main phase Battle phase.
Battle phase
18.
18.
The damage is connecting. I don't think there's anything you could do at this point.
19.
That's 37.
25. 24. Oh, yeah, whoa.
Oh, he does have something. What does he need to have?
Okay.
Emphasis.
Oh, it isn't enough. He's just short.
He was at 53, right?
I don't know, but he was just short here. And DDD High Wave King Caesar's going to come down next. So Aditya still has a chance. Oh, he's at 100 life points. He was only able to do 52. So even though he does have a chance, he's not out of it just yet. He won't be able to activate any of his Maliss effects, which is pretty tough.
That's essentially game over at that point. There is Nibiru the Primal Being into a DDD Wave King High Caesar.
Yeah.
He actually already used Impulse this game, so he can't even use Nibiru.
True. Oh, that's why they didn't even detach the material. Imperm on the way. Okay.
But then what? He couldn't play before.
You never know. Maybe if he has like
No response.
Wizard Addict Nister, he can get somewhere.
Anything on res?
Don't you have to have the Link monster on the field?
He could just normal summon it. I don't know. I'm looking.
Normal summon?
Normal summon Ash.
Typhon.
Activate Lacrima target Requiem.
Is there?
On res, Requiem effect? Sure.
He's
Lacrima.
going to do the
I
Fiendsmith shuffle.
I mean, Fiendsmith in Paradise was already used this game, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That there is no. Oh no. He's just giving himself more cards to not be able to use with the Exciton. But wow, this is just a crazy game.
I mean, how much can a single Typhon do? We'll have to find out.
He's gonna send Fiendsmith Track from his deck to the graveyard since the Paradise had already been used. His detonator has been banished in the banishment for so long. Oh, it's gonna be a Link summon.
Oh, Almirage.
Salamander.
Oh.
It's a Cyburst. It's a Cyburst.
No response here.
Oh, I played Wizard.
It is.
It's
Oh.
Wizard Addict Nister.
Okay, he's found a way.
He drew Imperm. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. 3-0 against him lifetime, trying to make it 4-0. This is only our first
Yeah, he's
game
also
of our first semifinal. Aditya only 100 life points remaining. Will he be able to find a way back into it?
I mean, he still doesn't have any life points to pay.
The 900 came back from the. Oh, so it's already game now.
Okay, I
it
was
was
wondering.
game, yeah.
It was like it had
Okay.
to have been like
Yeah, we
it was
just saw where
37 and
Cruiser-
okay.
So it's already game.
It seemed like, yeah, I thought I was crazy. It seemed like he had enough of what his Malice deck can do.
Draw phase.
Step 1, check for any of those Charmies.
And there's one. It's Perulia.
That one's fine. That one's pretty acceptable.
It's pretty good in the Malice. They summon, if they want to do their full combo, summon from the hand like 3 times. All right, but starting with Malice and Underground is a good way to dodge the Perulia completely.
If you have another Malice starter in your hand, you're able to just lead with Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat, banish that monster from your hand, eliminate that draw that you would normally have to get for Perulia while still getting 2 more cards.
Mouse effect.
Just going to go
Looks
for Dormouse.
It looks like that might have been his only starter in this position. Oh, getting a little sloppy here.
Slippery.
Slippery sleeves.
You've been here before, Aditya. Come on.
They're pretty fresh sleeves. They had to change sleeves in top 16. But the Dormouse is going to come down, and now he can use Dormouse effect to banish a Malice monster from his deck, and then once it's banished, it'll be able to summon itself. Let's see if he's going to go for White Rabbit. Nope, Chessy Cat.
Interesting. Does that mean you had White Rabbit in hand? I guess that you want access to Dormouse, so this would be the correct way to go for this. Jesse's activating the effect here. Will we see a response? We confirmed that there is no Artifact Lancia. Oh, at least we can only assume.
I mean, yeah, I probably would have changed the Lancia to the Malice and Underground.
Which is a very, very favorable trade. And there is that White Rabbit as we predicted.
We just have that.
I don't know if I'm going to Shunping saying you just have everything, huh? It does seem like that some of the times. So you're going to banish the White Rabbit to draw 2 cards, and then he can pay 300 to special summon back the Malice White Rabbit from the banishment. And on summon the Malice White Rabbit's going to set a Malice trap card from the deck.
Choosing to go for GWC 06 here. Having that to make sure you have a play on your opponent's turn. Giving 0 draws so far. Outside of the Addict Nisters, you don't really need to give any more.
Looks like Aditya's looking to link summon. He's going to send 2 monsters to the graveyard to link summon Splash Mage. Splash Mage is going to use his effect to special summon back a Cyberse monster from the graveyard, at least attempt to.
Will we see a Bestial? A Bestial here could be really strong. All of these effects have been used, but nope. Chessy Cat will hit the field once more.
You mean again?
Again.
Indeed. And now, where does he go from here? He's going to link away the Splash Mage with the Maliss Chessy Cat for a link 3.
It looks like this might be Red Ransom. Nope, it looks like it's going to be White Binder in this situation. White Binder will not be banishing anything from the graveyards, I can only imagine here, unless you want additional names for the effective Heart Scripter down the line. We'll see if there's any response to the summon here. Chu bent his deck in ways I don't. That can't be healthy.
Chu's just waiting for the next moment. He wants to do something. That prompted a little. Okay, let me sit up and see what you're gonna go ahead and get. Yep, 07 is gonna be the trap he's gonna set. So now he has GWC 06 and MTP 07 face down.
Will we see just a summon of Bomber Dragon to end the play, or will we try to get access to Cryptor?
That's probably been my biggest surprise this weekend, is how much Topologic Bomber Dragon has been coming down for these Maliss players. But it's going to be GWC 06. He can activate it at the turn it's set by banishing a Maliss monster. He's going to banish the White Binder. Not going to be able to gain any life points here, but the White Binder will be able to summon itself from the banishment by paying 900, and he also gets a free draw.
Yep, very expensive here. We will not be able to reset the 06 because we've already used the effect of White Binder, but that just means we have to have access to March Hare in our hand, and we can still do it, unless, of course, there is a copy of Ghost Bell for Shunping. And we're going to be taking all 3 of those Maliss monsters here, likely going into a Heart Scriptor.
He's going to complete the circuit and summon Heart Scriptor.
I'll pass.
We're going to be...
All right, Cryptor pass.
Cryptor pass, 6 cards in hand. We have 07 set. Cryptor currently not live.
Do you think like what happened in game 1 has affected like Aditya's player in game 2 to not go for something like a Topologic Bomber Dragon and be like, no, I'm just going to make sure I have guaranteed interruptions on the field?
Maybe. I mean, if that's true, it's really easy to get in Aditya's head.
It could be the case.
This Cryptor is currently not live.
Yeah, he's going to need to banish something. And Shunping's favorite way to start, I don't know if it's his favorite way, but he's done it a lot today. It's going to be Fiendsmith's Tract.
That's a great way to start here. We're going to be able to get the Lurie discard, likely the Lurie, but we'll see if we have any other options here.
Yeah, sure.
Lurie is going to hit the field. Will this trigger 07? I think 07 would be really strong here. You get access to the March Hare to be able to set up your graveyard, set up more banishes for the Heart Scriptor while also getting rid of the Lurie.
I think that is a fine time to activate that Maliss MTP 07.
It's at least tempting, so Aditya is looking at his trap card here.
No, I activate MTP.
He's going for it. And there's an Ash!
Shunping saying, I have the answer for it right away. I'm the one with the answers.
And now he has no interruptions.
No.
Well, he still has a 6-card hand. Still has a 6-card hand.
Yeah, he could. All he needs is to have a March Hare already in hand, which he probably does, I feel like.
There's an Ash Blossom for the Fiendsmith Requiem.
I'll see your Ash and raise you another one.
And Jeremy Wrestler. Dominic Salem and Jeremy Wrestler. 2 minutes, main stage.
Chu has to consider how he wants to navigate through the cards in Aditya's hand right now. He doesn't have a whole lot of information to work with. He just knows that there was a lot of free draws.
He still has his normal summon.
Does he have a normal summon? One can only hope.
Normal X.
Okay, so that means he still believes he will be accessing Fiendsmith cards in the remainder of this turn.
Doesn't want to quite lock himself into level 4s and rank 4s just yet.
I wonder how he plans on... Okay, that's how you do it.
Discards a copy of Fiendsmith Engraver.
Sure.
That lets you add another copy of Tract here, I imagine. You could grab Fiendsmith in Paradise, but I don't know that's necessarily what you're going for. Yep, Tract is going to go into the hand, and now Engraver can summon itself back from the graveyard by putting the Lurie back in the deck. The question is, what would you do after doing that? Are you going to be linking away the X Ryzeal into potentially Fiendsmith sequence? Does that give you enough light Fiends to even work with? I'm not sure if this Engraver will really provide any value this turn with the current information that we have.
Yeah, even something like Chaos Angel banishing Heart Scriptor.
I would not recommend.
Yeah, would not recommend him doing that, but he is going to look to special summon Sword Ryzeal.
Yep, special summoning Sword Ryzeal. He will not be able to go into non-4s from his extra deck for the range of this turn now.
Okay, so I saw Shu's hand. He has a node in the track that we know he added.
This will likely grab a copy of Ice Ryzeal or an X Ryzeal for the following turn. It will be a copy of X. We do know that there are Nibirus in Aditya's deck here. We have not resolved Dominus Impulse yet, so that is a threat that Shu has to consider. Will we just be going into a duo drive here, or will we try to extend further? Potentially maybe just going for a detonator to keep it safe?
This is a big point in the game for Shunping, and it looks like he's going to go into Eclipse Twins. Oh, he does have the node in his hand as well.
Right, but there is... Okay, he's going to be activating the Eclipse Twins here just to put a card in the graveyard for the node.
Special.
Yep, his node can now send the Eclipse Twins to summon back Sword from the graveyard. Eclipse Twins does not have anything that it can summon.
Okay.
So now we're in the same position, but there is an Eclipse Twins in the graveyard.
Except, yeah, he had to use the... Oh, it's Nibiru the Primal Being
I
coming down
expected
from
it.
Aditya. That makes a lot of sense. Not locked into anything. He hasn't used Dominus Impulse just yet. He's going to be able to use Nibiru the Primal Being. And this is pretty big after the node being special summoned, because node Ryzeal is one of those ways you can keep extending later on in the turn after getting hit by Nibiru the Primal Being.
I thought you meant just stats, but I don't think it's too big here. But yeah, now we've seen node come from the hand. We know X in hand. You can't use... Or you can still special summon the X, but it won't get you any value. We can still use the Engraver in the graveyard here. Looks like we're going to be putting the Lurie back in the deck.
Okay.
Special summon it out. There is a Requiem in the graveyard, so we can equip that to the Engraver and use Engraver's effect to get rid of the Nibiru. Try to push for some damage, really limit how many plays that you can have, because life points is a resource for Maliss here.
You want to make sure you keep track of your life points, because I think both players did get a PE minor for not being able to keep track of life points in the previous game. But Bestial Magnamut coming down.
We know Shu hates Magnamut specifically, but the Magnamut on the White Binder to the finals here at YCS Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, man. Here we go. Shunping will be able to go first this time. It worked out for him in game number 1. Will
Barely.
work out for barely.
No.
All right, there's the checkpoint. No Mulcharmy so far.
Fiendsmith's track.
He loves opening that.
I'm telling you, this is how he starts all his turns. If it's in his opening hand, it will be the first card he activates.
I mean, it's his best response to Droll and Lockwood is activating the Fiendsmith track first. There is the Lurie immediately discarded. No responses here from Aditya. This also plays really well into any potential Bestials because there are no monsters on your side of the field. Requiem will hit the field now, immediately activating his effect. Will we chain Mulcharmy Fualos?
Oh, Ash.
And then immediately ashed.
Mulcharmy Fualos is met by an Ash Blossom of Joyous Spring. There's not another copy of Mulcharmy from Aditya. So right now, Shunping is a step ahead.
Lacrima will hit the field. This will likely send a copy of Engraver from the deck to the grave.
Wait for it. Yard. Graveyard. Sorry. I saw an opportunity and I took it. It's been a while since I feel like I've said Engraver from the graveyard, but it is a classic phrase. And now we're going to see the Fiendsmith Requiem being equipped to Lacrima the Crimson Tears. And this might prompt a response from Aditya.
There's some thought here.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a little confusion there. Wasn't sure if there was a response. She was going to be able to now contact fuse with the Lacrima.
Fulfills the requirements for Necro-equipped Princess. This is a level 6 monster, so he's going to be looking to go into the DDD Highway King Caesar, and then a copy of Fiendsmith Engraver is going to be discarded so he can add another copy of Fiendsmith track.
and get a draw off the Necroquip Princess.
True, yeah, it has that bonus effect. If you send a card from your hand to the graveyard as a cost, you're able to draw a card.
And just so you know, this card that's drawn will be Ice Ryzeal.
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking it.
All right. then
I'm sorry, it might already be there.
it might already be there. Oh, I can't see it on any of the cameras we have, but we're going to find out here shortly. The next, it looks like he's going to summon Engraver from the graveyard.
Shuffling back the Lurry.
I'll summon.
Any checkpoints here? We know that there is a potential Nibiru
Yeah.
in Aditya's deck. It looks like we
used-
are going to go for the Wave King High Caesar.
He's used that Nibiru in game 1 and 2, so we can expect it here in game number 3. But now DDD, High Wave King Caesar, is going to make sure that Nibiru doesn't come down.
Not opting to go for the maximum field here, going for Agnum Day into Caesar down the line, setting up the Desiree as well. Okay, just a set to the Spell and Trap here.
No Ryzeal cards. Is he just going to be
Ending.
banking on High Wave King Caesar?
All right, Fiendsmith Control. We've been here before. I mean, you know if there are no other cards played, that there's got to be a lot of points of interaction in the hand. We know there's a Tract in the hand. I don't think there's any other information that we have.
Sure.
Battle.
Yeah.
Inner Battle.
Yes.
Main 2.
Oh, okay.
No, he's just trying to scare him.
I was about
Yeah,
there's
me too.
that would have been bold. I don't think anyone is playing evenly matched that we've seen
And a main
in this
two.
tournament.
And the Ming 2 is fine.
What, in the main
Phase,
2?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like both these players not drawing ideal here, but we're going to be
Oh,
using the
no.
Lacrima for the Requiem. And now he's set up on the following turn here.
This is devastating for Aditya. Not the time you want your deck to not give you the cards you need. Not game 3 and top 4. Not again.
By Mayfish.
I mean, this is where Fiendsmith by itself can get you access to Ryzeal. We're going to be activating this. There wasn't even another potential infinite permanence. It was the Tract added on the previous turn. We're going to be going ahead and using it to add the Lurry, discarding the Lurry. Lurry is able to switch himself back to the field here. Now we have to go ahead and activate Requiem. I can only imagine. Oh, we're just going to make the second one.
2 Requiems on the field. It's not something you see every day, that's for sure.
We're going to activate both of them at once. I think this is going to summon 2 copies of Lacrima the Crimson Tears.
This is cool. But unfortunately for Aditya, he's going to need something like a combination of Infinite Impermanence and Nibiru, the Primal Being, to really get back into this game. Yeah, 2 copies of Lacrima the Crimson Tears.
And you know what that is? That is 2 level 4 monsters.
It is, so he will be able to access the other parts of his deck. Fiendsmith in Paradise is going to be sent to the graveyard by one of the Lacrima the Crimson Tears.
Just insurance here right now, but now we will have to see if Duo Drive is able to resolve. Even if it doesn't, I think this is a commanding position for Shunping.
Yeah, I mean, we thought just the High Wave King Caesar and 1 face down Speller Trap wasn't going to be enough, but just the cards weren't there for Aditya. But he's
Duo
going
Drive,
to need something to stop
I'll
this
summon
Duo
that
Drive.
for search.
Yeah, so even if Duo Drive doesn't resolve here, he can activate Engraver in the graveyard, go for Sequence, go for Agnum Day, and that should be enough
Duo Drive.
to end the
Yeah,
game.
no response.
Infinite Impermanence is fine. We should see
Yeah,
the-
Sonic comes in.
5. 4.
still 4 cards in hand here.
Sword.
Oh, Special Summon Sword. Okay,
Yeah.
that'll do. That's had to be drawn off the top
I
here.
have not normal summon yet.
No.
No, right? Start with
No, that's correct. There's
Yeah,
been
not
no
normal
normal summoning.
You have not normal summon.
It was just a continuation of the previous turn, essentially. Sword Ryzeal is able to grab Ice Ryzeal. Unfortunately, he will not be able to link summon here, but it's going to be just very easy to get some damage in here. All those monsters in attack points.
Some damage? This is a lot of damage.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Does Ice Ryzeal have to summon in defense mode?
Thinking.
I mean, he's
Okay,
going to
well,
overlay
okay,
with it
okay,
anyway,
yeah.
I think. But it is a Nibiru. Does he have the Imperm? Does he have double Imperm Nibiru? Does he have it? Does he have everything?
Double Imperm!
He does! I told you he's going to need something like Infinite Impermanence Nibiru. He didn't play any other cards. He had double Imperm. Oh my
God.
gosh.
We'll need the-
He
the
could have
stats
played it a
are
little bit
crazy.
safer, but I mean, he still has the effect of Engraver in the grave. This is a massive token.
Oh, it's one of the biggest Nibiru, the Primal Being tokens we've ever seen.
There is still Fiendsmith in Paradise in the graveyard. Engraver is able to special summon himself out, but you are locked out of the extract because you special summon Sword Ryzeal.
Yeah.
And then now you can Engraver
Wait, you
equip
already
itself.
equipped Requiem to a Lacrima.
No, he did not. That was the
Oh,
previous
that was
turn.
That was last turn.
Last turn, my
Last
bad.
turn.
Yeah.
So these are the stats that you calculate. Yeah.
You tell the judges to handle that. It's a massive
right,
token.
they're
If it stays on the
time.
field.
They're running low on time, so it makes a lot of sense that he'd have the judges add it up.
18.
So he's going to attack for 18. He wants to play quickly. We don't want this to go to time.
And there should be a pass back now. There's not much you can do in this position.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe he had double imperm to Biru.
I mean,
All
he had
the
no way to
def-
play,
yeah,
so it
all
had to
the
be
de-
something.
All the defensive options and none of the starters, but
Ending Memphis.
could there
I mean,
be a Malice Dormouse off
Yeah,
the top?
China.
Does Shunping have any sort of
does that mean
disruption
no?
in the hand?
Or-
He has Fiendsmith and Paradise in the graveyard.
I mean, will a Dormouse be able to do it with the limited amount of time left? He's going to have to pay life points to continue playing. He needs to find access to a battle phase. Not only that, he has to get rid of the token that's going to be the hugest wall here.
I think they said it's something like 9,000 defense of some sort, something close to that.
I mean, yeah, Aditya has this turn to end this game.
This is going to be the last turn of our first semifinal match. I can't believe this is just our first top 4 match. We're going to have oh no.
That's not going to do it.
No, but Set Monster face down in the pass. You kind of see the frustration from Aditya during the end phase. Lacrima goes back into the deck to special summon back the Fiendsmith Requiem from the graveyard.
Aditya flew too close to the sun, made callouts in the beginning, and now he's punished.
This will be the first time that Aditya will lose to Shunping in his dueling career.
All right, Shu just considering his graveyard here to see if there's anything else he wants to do before drawing for turn. I mean, we've already activated the Lacrima. Oh no, okay, we're in his turn now.
Yeah.
We're going to be activating the Requiem on the Engraver. Engraver's effect will be able to send the monster here.
Yeah, I can target any monster.
You can target any monster, yeah.
I like to concede.
We're just
And
conceding.
that's it. Aditya concedes and Shunping